All right. Hey, we're here. Welcome, guys.
What's up, guys? How are we?
See if
Thursday.
we can get us on here.
Look at that beautiful screen. You see our beautiful faces.
I don't know how that
Beautiful
looks.
live faces.
Wait. This is not showing what I want it to show.
Not quite yet, but it's getting there.
There we go.
Yeah.
All right.
Hey, we're here.
Guys, welcome back. This is episode 7
7.
of the Run Experience live show.
7.
Hopefully you guys are able to see us.
Hear
see
us.
audio. We're trying out a new thing with our audio. I want to figure out whether this is working or not. It looks like it's working all right.
Yeah, we got like a whole new setup.
Every week we got a new
Crazy.
setup, to be honest.
Every new week we have a new setup to be. That is
Yeah.
very true.
So, guys, we have so much for you guys today because, one, people have been sending us stuff, and so we want to go over some of the products we've been trying and the shoes.
Oh,
I didn't
yeah.
get the shoes. Oh, I have to get the shoes.
Mm-hmm.
And what should we talk about first? I kind of want to go over, well, last week we talked about the pickling and the pickles already. Should we save that?
We have, every week, we try to dig in, and you get to learn a little bit more about Craig and his, hey, no one feels unusual to themselves. We'll just put it that way.
Exactly.
So Craig's very normal food habits to Craig's self. So that will be something that we are going to be talking about.
Hey, Canal from Brazil.
What's up? How you
Beleza.
doing? There we go.
Bem-vindo.
Craig speaks Portuguese, at least a little bit.
I'm pretty good at my Portuguese.
I think
Eu
you're
posso falar em
alright.
português.
I don't
All right, you get it. Okay, so what are we going to talk about today? We are going to talk about some of the shoes we're trying because we are now doing shoe reviews. So
We
each of
are.
us are in new shoes just about every week, it seems like now. And then we are going to talk about some of your questions, injuries, other race-related stuff. We had a live broadcast with Dr. Kyle Bowling on Tuesday. So
Yeah,
some of the
that
stuff we talked
was
over there.
really, really good. We were on Tuesday with Kyle, who is super fantastic, knowledgeable with, injuries, instability, and he takes, a lot of what we do, and he just brings another level of professionalism to it. And he is able to go into that, dig deeper into that minutia and actually diagnose you and treat you and everything. It's kind of crazy.
I just want to point out that our friend in Brazil, Canal, it says that thank you. That was great about my Portuguese. So,
Oh,
just wanna
hey.
say, yeah.
Hey, interrupt us for that. That's
Declan
fine.
from Ireland. Awesome. Thanks for signing on, guys. So maybe we should go for the shoe thing first. Let me go grab the shoes. Hang on.
Yeah, we're going to go talk about some shoes here to get things started. We'll get into Craig's weird nutritional stuff in a second. He's going over there. We have been partnering up with Craig, is it Run Warehouse?
Running warehouse.
The Running Warehouse. And
Running warehouse.
Running Warehouse. No, the. And we are checking out a bunch of different shoes in their behalf. We'll be putting up some reviews. You'll be seeing some in the next few weeks.
Yeah. So this is not
including some of these guys.
This is not a full review, but I just want to show you what I've been running in. This is the Altra Escalante.
Oh yeah, I've been running that shoe too.
Yeah, and they were nice to send us. So this is the Boston limited edition. Beautiful shoe, knit upper. Gotta have a very spongy midsole, which is what I love about it, and also what I have some hesitations on. But I'll go into the full review. But I went to the shoe store. It's a running shoe store called A Runner's Mind here in San Francisco, and was just talking to them about some of the new things that are coming out with shoes. And really, a lot of the innovation has been ever since Adidas came out with the Boost, which is a number of years ago. Really, the midsole, everybody's trying to get their own version of that Boost. They have. Do you know about the Boost?
The Boost?
Yeah,
I do not know about the Boost.
Okay,
You gotta
so
tell me.
Adidas came out with this type of material, which was like a heated pellet midsole, and it was much spongier than the traditional
Heated
EVA
pellet
foam.
midsole.
Yeah, so they took these pellets of foam, and it looks like pellets when you look at it. I wish I had one here.
Did they take runners and then shrink them down to
It's a
pellet-sized runners,
Yeah.
and then melt them together.
You have to excuse him.
So that when
he's
you're
not
running-
a dad yet, but he has dad jokes. I don't know what to say.
So that when you're running, you have like 10,000 runners. There.
Yeah,
Okay.
I want to turn this mic down a little bit. Hold on. It looks like it's spiking a little bit. How's
Is it
that?
spiking a little bit?
There we go. How's that, guys? That's better. Okay, so ever since then, I think a lot of companies, Saucony, it looks like this is Altra's basically answer to that, which is not just to the boost, but to using that type of really mushy foam. It has great responsiveness, meaning technically it's supposed to give you the energy back when you push into the ground. It reforms faster, and you don't lose energy from that foam deformation. But the things that you sacrifice are that it's not like a super stable. This is a very bendy shoe, and so this is only really good for people that have a neutral gait, which I happen to. But yeah. So anyhow, those are kind of my quick thoughts. And then I went this is a minimal shoe. Went the whole other direction, and I'm trying out this the Clayton 2.
Hoka.
This is Hoka's Clayton 2.
Hoka.
Hoka.
Hoka. I think that's how you pronounce it.
Yeah. And totally different type of thing, right? This is all EVA. From even the outsole is just kind of this what you would imagine to be pretty slick, but I haven't actually experienced it. I was imagining this would be like have no grip on the ground, but it's been fine so far. But it's a maximalist shoe, right? Still like I believe it's zero drop. I have to go look at the specs of it, but completely different experience running in this versus the Escalante. And again, I'll give my full review on our YouTube channel, but pretty cool. So that's what I've been trying out in terms of
The different shoes.
I don't know if you feel this way, but when I try out new running shoes, it takes a few days and it really tires out my feet. As I'm like kind of stretching into the shoe,
Yeah.
I find my feet are like exhausted, and I don't have foot pain, but it's definitely like I can feel myself like
running
working-
slightly
yeah.
differently. It is interesting, even if there is the best shoe for you, your foot is going to interact slightly differently in whatever shoe you are. Even if you've got 5 best shoes for you, that foot's always going to act a little bit different.
Yeah.
It's kind of one of the reasons why we like running in different shoes in the first place.
Totally. So
Don't
Mario
be stuck in one shoe.
says the Ultra for long distance. So this is the Escalante. I don't think that they would tell you that this is a long distance. They talk about this
That's
as
a
like
marathon shoe, dude.
Is there a
It is totally their marathon shoe. I would be. It even says.
It does say Boston Marathon.
26.2 right
Never
in
mind.
there.
So yeah, I mean Ultras for sure. I like Ultra as a company. I've run in their shoes before, and
I think as Craig was saying, it's a neutral shoe, so
Yeah.
you don't have a ton of support. It feels decently cushy and springy. Probably not as much as the Hoka, but I would say that's a good
I
distance
feel.
shoe.
I mean, this
I didn't feel too
material
beat up running
is
in that shoe.
really. I don't definitely, but this is really, really springy. I find that it's much springy. I mean, the Hoka is cushiony, but not as springy. Does that make sense? Like this is a faster shoe by far.
Yeah.
But they're meant for different things, right?
Yeah.
This is to not
Maybe this is more on like the tempo and the racing side, but
Yeah.
not necessarily my
Totally.
all-day training shoe.
Yeah, and I think what I like about this shoe is not necessarily the midsole. What I like is the way that it's minimal, like it has the right amount of cushion,
The zero drop,
the zero
shoe,
drop. Like I like those elements about it, but
the wide
you know,
forefront. Yeah.
gone
yeah.
are the days where you take one pair of shoes and use it for everything from trails to tempo to your races. I mean, those.
Days are over, guys. Guys, that was so 2016.
Yeah, now you
We're
gotta
in
spend. But man,
2017
I was
now.
also looking at, like, I've kind of been spoiled in that I've had a lot of shoes provided to me over the years, but the price point of shoes is not a joke anymore. And, the Adidas Boost is like a $200 shoe. I mean,
Yeah.
it's a pricey endeavor. So, not to boost up our, but like, the programs that we have are like $30 a month. And when I think about that, I'm like, you could buy a $200 shoe. If you're not spending a few dollars on figuring out whether you're running correctly and like fixing your body, which is going to be with you for life, these are going to last a few hundred miles.
You see what he did there?
You know?
just see what he did there?
I'm just saying, I was literally sitting in the store. I'm like, man, we charge so little compared to what you guys are paying for shoes. It's kind of incredible.
See, early on, I didn't want to fix my body. I just wanted shoes to
Buy a
do
pair
it
of
for
shoes.
me. Except it didn't work.
Guys,
I got backed in very reluctantly into starting a running company because I couldn't find shoes.
For all the people that are on right now, ping us with your questions. We are here to answer your questions. That's kind of the meat of the show. Nate and I are going to talk about a bunch of other things that we're into, but mainly just ping us with your questions, whether you're on YouTube or on Facebook. Let me see. If I
Yeah,
can
we
find
got a
our
question
Facebook
here
feed.
from.
Oh, you do? Okay, gotcha.
Lee says, "Oh my God, I use one pair of shoes for everything. Kill them and get another pair." Yeah, you may want to mix it up a little bit. You know, I use a shoe that is like super minimal for working on, you know, strength stuff in the gym, walking around, everything else. You know, there's a shoe that I'll wear when I'm doing longer runs on the trails, and then there's a shoe that I'm doing if I'm doing like medium distance road runs and a little speed work. I like to mix it up. Should we answer Craig's question?
Yeah, I like that one because I've had the same.
Have you had a microfracture?
Wait, is that different than a stress fracture?
I don't know. I've never heard that
Okay,
term.
so I've had a number of stress fractures. This is before I started all of this work, where I would just basically run until my legs broke, literally.
So let's read out his question so people can't see it.
Craig Midley is saying, I had a micro fracture on my knee, but I want to get back to running. How long do you think I should wait? So I don't know the difference between a micro fracture. This is when we need Dr. Bowling on here. I don't know the difference between a micro fracture and a stress fracture. A stress fracture definitely is a small fracture. But in your case, it may not have been from running. It may not have been from stress. So,
and we also want to specify just before Craig continues. When you say knee, are you saying your patella? Are you saying like your femur or another bone specifically? Like, what are we talking about there? Right. That's also important.
So is anybody experiencing lag? Audio breaking up too. Let me see. We had this problem last time. We're trying to figure it out, but let's see.
We just got so many things going. We got all the windows open. We'll try to work on that, guys, as we're going here, and hopefully get a little bit better.
Yeah. Let's see. So
now, Elizabeth asks, and Tony says, "Hey, from Spain, what's up?" Elizabeth says, "Hey, how do you know when your shoes are worn out? I'm new-ish to running." You can talk to Lee. Lee has a little thing on that. Last year, I think she had put in like 1,800 miles on a pair of shoes. Maybe worn out, but you know what? She got her $200 worth of those Adidas Boosts.
So look, I used to be of the opinion, I've oscillated back and forth. I used to be of the opinion, okay, you put in 500 miles on a shoe, you chuck it out, and you go back and get a new one. Then I realized, hey, like the thing here to fix is my body. I can't, rely on the shoe cushioning to give me, protection if my biomechanics are right. And then I used to use Nike Freeze, and they have, the 3.0s have very little cushion. It's all blown rubber, and I would just wear them into the ground. I mean, like straight through the rubber. And until my toe was coming out, I wouldn't replace them. And that did teach me something in that, like, really changing my mechanics. If I start really paying attention to my form, that's really where you get the benefits of not the benefits of using the shoe for a long time, but that's where you really fix problems. And then the shoes are so changing shoes doesn't guarantee that you have no problems. Changing shoes is something you should do, but like the primary thing and the primary way you are dissipating force, which is, you're getting this striking the ground, is through your body. It's not through the shoe. Yeah. The shoe it covers up the pain so you don't have sharp things on the ground that poke you, but like even like these Maxima shoes, right? The force that I'm generating is like 3 times my body weight, and it's not getting taken up by just the foam. It is my knee, it is my foot, it's my ankle, it's all the way to my hip and my spine. Like all that force. So this can hide it, which sometimes can be a bad thing, but it does not solve it. So
the one thing I'd like to add with how long I should wait to replace my running shoes, there's the general wear and tear and mileage, but there's also uneven wear, right? And that's a difference, right? Like, let's say you're driving your tires, you should get X amount of miles with them all aligned, but if you're all of a sudden driving with one tire out of alignment a little bit, you're going to start to go through that tire a little faster. So I would say if you're someone where you're getting some very odd, uneven wear patterns, that's just going to push you even further into that slightly uneven position. So that's just something to think about.
Audio thing, and let me.
So I'm gonna keep talking while Craig's gonna figure out our audio thing, because I know we're experiencing a little chop and delay, but we'll do what we can there. And Elizabeth, we all are working projects, shall we say, and we can all get better. And the other thing too, Elizabeth, is it doesn't matter who you are. We can't sit up for forever. Eventually, we're going to fatigue and fall apart. And it's not always do you have good form or do you not have good form. A lot of times what happens is wherever we start, we tend to lose towards the end of our runs. And that's the thing that we can make positive changes for 100% for sure.
Okay, let's see if that works at all.
Hey guys, let us know how the audio is right now. We're planning to play. We were trying to play around with some settings in the background just to see if that works.
Okay, I'm hungry.
Oh, so you're hungry? What's up?
So,
hey, what's up, Victor? How you doing?
Guys, last week I went to a pickling class and I learned how to make pickles. And I've waited a week.
Correct me if I'm wrong, but those look like carrots. Not pickles.
Pickles are actually cucumbers, if you want to be specific about that. Pickles are really anything that's pickled. It's a nomenclature thing. But you can pickle garlic, which there is in here.
Pickled garlic.
Cucumbers, of which these are not normal cucumbers. These are pickling cucumbers because they have less water in them.
Oh.
And mostly carrots, because I like carrots. So,
we got a plate. Yeah, we get to eat.
And these have been canned, so I could actually keep them for a full year, but obviously that's not going to happen.
What happens after a year? They just don't want to...
I don't know what the deal is.
So we're going to try to pop this off without Craig slicing anything. There we go. Hey! So how long have these been pickled for now, Craig?
About a week and a half. More than a week and a half, I think. Yeah. Alright. You want to try one?
Yeah, I do.
They're going to be a little spicy. Here you go.
Are they? Okay,
Yeah,
I'm excited. Let me grab one in there. Oh, yeah. Look at this. Little pickle.
Oh, yeah. They totally work. They're spicy.
No, I'm just going to leave that guy on the side for the moment.
That's great. Guys, pickling is a great way. It's so easy. Let me get done with this first. I didn't think about the fact that it stops me from talking. But this is basically just a vinegar solution, salt, a little sugar, and then like some spices. I just threw in like hot peppers and like the pepper flakes that you put in on pizza and stuff. It was great.
Yeah, not too bad.
I'm actually very happy with how this came out.
I love that.
I have another one.
Hey, man.
Hey, you answer a question while I eat this pickle.
I love that. Okay, so let's see here. Garland says, hey guys, do either of you run in prescription sunglasses? If so, any brand recommendations? I do not run. I only need eye crutches for indoors and reading. And by the way, eye crutches is what my wife calls my glasses. Horrible. She's listening right now. So I only need crutches when I'm inside and breathing in low light situations. I've just been kind of made do so far with regular sunglasses.
A crutch is something that you use until you get better and then you tuck it out.
But you know what's a cool brand? Actually, these guys are Warby Parker, and they do prescription glasses. You could do it online. They'll send you the frames. You send in their prescription. $99 for a pair of glasses.
Amazing.
Everything. And they also do sunglasses as well. They have kind of some fun, funky colors and sizes. And literally, they'll send you 3 or 4 different frames to try in the mail. So obviously the hardest thing about buying glasses online is like you don't really know how they'll fit your face. But way better than going into just a regular store. So Warby Parker, we have no relationship with them. I just like them. Just check them out.
Personally, for the longest time I had Oakley's. I think I probably wouldn't necessarily grab them again. They were just, back in the day, that was one of the few companies that had sportswear and could, like 10 years old. I need to get new ones. We've been trying out the Bolé. Yeah, so Bolé sent us some glasses and I tried them out on a hike. I haven't used them running because I run early enough in the morning. I don't really need the sunglasses, but like, you hear that?
I do.
Early in the morning.
Early in the morning. Yeah. This is all new. I'm waiting to see when it goes back, but I think we got
like a month.
New Craig.
A month and a half, 2 months almost.
It's new Craig.
So the Bolé glasses are super light. Where are they? Should I go get them?
Go get them.
I'll go get them. Hang on.
He's gonna get his glasses because Bolé hooked us up with some pretty sweet glasses as well. So anyway, so they do prescription as well, I think. Well, he's out there talking about some different things. Let's see here. Cliff says, hey, question, guys. Having just completed the C25K program and signed up for my first 5K park run this weekend, what's your advice on my first organized run?
Okay.
To be continued while we bring and talk about the glasses, but we will get you in a second, Cliff.
So these are the Bolé glasses, and they have lots of different types. The thing that is most noticeable about these are that they're super light.
Give these guys a little
can you see them
up here. Yeah, so you can give a view. Hey.
All right. Now,
we just stepped into the future.
Stylistically, probably not going to wear
Space
these
glasses.
to your next picnic party, but they're super light. They stay on. I like them for that. One of the things
Craig's been trying them out on first dates.
One thing that I thought is really important about about glasses is kind of the airflow, and I never see this really definitely online, but like how the air hits your face and then goes up under the glasses. One, determines whether they're comfortable or not when you're either on a bike or running. And then two, it has a lot to do with whether it fogs up when you stop for a second.
Yeah, or sweat drips into the inside of the glasses, which is annoying.
So far, so good with these. I can't say it. Also, Bolle is not a cheap brand.
They do really nice stuff.
But they do also allow you to do prescription. So if you're going to do prescription, you can check them out. I can't say that these ones are better than a whole bunch of other ones. I like them better than my old Oakleys, but I will say that I have not run the gamut yet.
I have to say, like, with sunglasses, you want to know, you want to choose different things, right? Like, so you could talk about the lens color. So this is darker color, depending if you're going to be doing more bright light situations. Sometimes if you're running in the early morning or evening, or you're doing more trails, you might want a lighter lens, or even like an orange lens, something to brighten things up.
Yeah.
Some lenses cover your face more. Notice this has like a nice little wraparound quality happening. And some people like that, some people don't, right? They might want a smaller lens altogether, but a Bolle has all those options, right? So you can look around and choose. But the good airflow, light on your face, all of those things are really helpful.
Pros, I would say it's really light. I have not tested it in the standpoint of it versus a lot, but I mean they are a high-end brand, and they do allow you to order with prescription. So that's what I've tried out so far. I'm gonna go back to my other eye crutches.
There we go.
There we go.
Sweet. So let's go back in. So we have a few questions on the Facebook.
Yep.
Let's see here. So I think Martin says, what do you guys think about minimalist running shoes? Mm-hmm. We were just talking about shoes a little bit earlier. We were kind of talking about how we like different tools for what we're doing. And a lot of times with running, we tend to get stuck running the same shoe all the time. And it doesn't matter if you're doing the minimalist or the maximalist thing, that might not be the best way. However, spending some time in a minimalist shoe, and then if you're doing longer stuff, spending time in a bigger shoe is really good to go. So anything that develops foot strength, better sense of the ground is great. The one caveat to that is not all of us can just immediately jump into a shoe like that and do all of our runs there.
Well, what I will say is that, as comparing my experience so far in this Hoka Hoka Clayton, not the Clifton, Hoka Clayton, is that it really takes away my feel of the ground compared to the Escalante, and the more minimalist I've run in sandals before, like running sandals. I've run in the Vibram 5 Fingers for a short period of time.
You know Barefoot Ted.
Yeah, I do know Barefoot Ted. And so I think that one of the things that Nate mentioned that I think is really important is if you're going to go with a cushiony shoe, you should have some time in a more minimalist shoe, or even less, or at least around your house at the very bare minimum, because you can lose your feel for the ground, and that's a real thing. Like they call it proprioception, like how much is your foot reading the ground. If you're barefoot, it's reading a lot because it's figuring out whether it's going to hit something sharp or not. But the more stuff you put on your foot, it's not so much about the cushioning, but it's just like you need some information back to know how you're landing. And if you take that away across the board, that's why we recommend different types of shoes for different things. There is a time for more cushioning, but you need some time where your feet are actually reading the ground.
Lance says, hey guys, sorry I'm late. Lance, you're not late. You were right on time. It's right when you needed to be here.
Yes, and so again, if you're just joining us, welcome to the TRE Live Show, episode 7. We are talking about weird things in the kitchen. We're taking your questions. We're going to do a little giveaway at the end because we have some stuff we want to give away.
Oh, yeah. I don't even know what that is. Yeah, it's going to be a surprise to me, too.
So you want a question, or I have more weird stuff in the kitchen, actually?
Let's go question. Let's go question, weird stuff, question, done. Weird stuff.
Let's do it.
So let's see here. So Melissa says, I'm experiencing SI joint pain and tightness. Any advice on how to get rid of it? Oh, and Victor, I know you got your Piriformis syndrome question. We'll get to that too. So SI joint pain is sacroiliac joint, which is when we used to have tails way back when, is this little tiny bone.
It's a nubbin.
A little nubbin. was going to say a word that I can't pronounce, so I'm not going to say I'm not going to say it. But what I know of with the SI joint is that it doesn't have a lot of movement. It's a few millimeters, but when it gets locked up, it can be very, very painful. Yep. Sometimes, you could fall on it and it could be bruised. What's interesting, Melissa, if you're having pain there, one, it's always a good idea to get checked out by a medical professional. Yep. You could book an online session with Dr. Kyle Bowling, and he does
injury consultations one-on-one over Skype. It's one of the best things that we've started offering, because now when people come with questions like this, like, we can help you a little bit, but honestly, you need somebody to actually assess you. And the truth of seeing a doctor in person is that it's hard to find somebody who is a running specialist, an injury specialist for runners, and it's also, most of the time you go into the doctor, they don't actually physically manipulate you, so almost everything you can do over Skype and telemedicine, as we call it, or as it's called. And so, definitely recommend that. If you go to our site, you can go to the training plans page and then over to injury consultation, sign up there. I know Kyle's got slots next week.
Yep. So, but like general broad brushstrokes, if we're dealing with SI joint, what I would be looking at is pelvic tilt, and if you have like one side and the other side of your pelvis, if something is twisted or turned off a little bit, those could be some issues, and you need someone at the proper pay grade to be able to assess some of those things.
And that would be a good thing to look at your gait analysis, which also Kyle does. You'll see on the same plate, but like gait analysis will show you how much your hips are rotating, and if you're dropping a little on one side or the other.
Totally. Yeah. So Victor Aston, guys, as we're just talking and you just joined, we are taking your questions. We're showing you some kind of fun, weird stuff and some updates, but type your questions in the comments and we will get to as many as we can. Victor is asking about the Piriformis. Now, Victor, hey guys, long time. Anything about the Piriformis syndrome? I would say, Victor, I remember what we've talked about before, when we're dealing with some sort of, issue with our lateral stabilizers in our hips, the Piriformis being one of them, it can get very, very tight, and sometimes it gets so tight it can impinge a nerve. Yep. So sometimes we feel that little electrical feel. Again, consulting someone is a great idea. Talking to Kyle and booking a potential appointment with him would be a great way to get into it. What we can say generally is, let's make sure that you're doing everything on a daily basis to set yourself up for success. So that means mobility is really good. You're getting a lacrosse ball in there, and if it's too sensitive on the area itself, stay away from there, but work around, right? Work your lower back, work your upper hamstrings, work your IT band and your quads a little bit. That's all going to get that general area to release and become a little less angry. I should be thinking about, why is this continuing to get tight in the first place? Maybe I am lacking some stability and some balance and single leg strength. So I need to be getting that on a regular basis. Not unreasonable to be doing that 2 days a week, even if I'm healthy. If I'm unhealthy and this is sidelining me from running, then I'm talking about 3 to 4 days a week to get in there, right? To really get some of that stuff. And you can check out some of our videos, but single leg squats, single leg balance, quarter leg squats, bridges, all of those are great ways to just really zero in on that spot.
Yep.
Hey, we have someone coming in from Morocco.
Nice. All right, guys.
Zaneb, hello, I'm from Morocco. I always do your exercises because I'm so slow at running. Hey, there's always someone faster than you, and there's always someone slower than you out in the world. I can promise you that. And there's very, very few people who can say they're the fastest runner in the world, and they can't say it for that long either.
That's true. All right, guys.
We're all somewhere in the middle. Oh, this is fun. Okay,
so
we did the pickling part, and if you missed the pickling, we have this like mystery jar of stuff in here: carrots, cucumbers, pickling cucumbers with less moisture. I learned that today.
Yep.
And garlic with a bunch of other stuff in there. Now we're on to part 2 of Craig's Crazy Kitchen. I think I just named our segment
Craig's Crazy
Kitchen.
I can't say it. All right, guys. So I live alone. I am always looking for a way to have like stuff that's always available to me, but is nutritious, and I can always just like pop it in my mouth and keep going. So I think we've talked about my homemade high-fat yogurt before. I'll probably talk about that again at some point. But I have found... Now, hold on to this. Not many of you will like this up front, but wild sardines, okay? I know I had an impression of what wild sardines would and could taste like, and honestly, if you take some different types of some of the brands, they taste exactly what you would expect like, and they're not very good. I had an experience the other day of like Royal Bristling or something. I can't. It was a red packet, and it was it felt like fishy.
It was gross.
I was burping up. But Wild Planet is awesome. Now let me tell you why. And I'm not being paid to say this, obviously. So, is it obvious?
I don't know if it's obvious.
So, Wild Planet is sustainably caught. One of the reasons you want small fish versus larger fish like tuna is that the mercury counts are lower. They're lower in the food chain. They're captured more sustainably for the environment. That's a good thing. And nutritionally, they are equal to or better than some of the larger fish. And what I like about this, it's canned. Will stay for years in your fridge if you want it to, and I can pop it open. It has over 20 grams of protein.
So you can eat your pickles and your sardines together.
Totally.
In one meal.
Don't listen to him.
When the world ends and you are stuck in your basement,
you will be able to survive.
You'll be able to survive.
Okay, so
and have like really glowing skin.
These are packed in virgin olive oil, but you can get a lot of different types. These ones are just with like sea salt and water. This is kind of like very like plain, but the winner, I've been trying all of these and I still have some more to try. But the winner in my book is surprise packed in marinara sauce.
Oh, hey.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Now, did he say
I did not see that coming.
As like,
oh, hey, as in that
I would like to try that?
Slightly less gross than the other things.
It's funny you should say that because I happen to have a plate here and some crackers.
No.
Guys,
give me as many crackers as possible.
I'm going to do this on camera because you think that this is horrible, and the truth is they're quite tasty, and you don't even have to really like fish. It's not like that. I mean, it's as harmless as tuna, to be honest. And in this case, I think it's a little bit better than tuna.
Oh, hey, let's see what happens.
Okay, who's eating canned sardines on?
Hey, this is the first. I've never done this before, and we're going to see what happens here.
We don't have a fork here.
We don't have a fork, so we're going to have to get in.
Okay, first of all, what you notice about Wild Planet sardines is that they're huge. They're really big.
The whole thing. Dang, look at that.
And
Should I get a fork and knife? Let me get one real quick.
Yeah, go ahead. Okay. Yeah, it tastes like marinara sauce with tuna. So what I like to do is get like a good cracker. My favorite are these Marigon crackers because they're everything that I'm not. They're gluten-free, vegan. I'm neither of those things. I'm pro-gluten and I eat meat. But they're very tasty. They're crunchy. This is a new brand called Engine 2.
Hey.
But let's actually open up the new ones since I know what they taste like.
We'll be all civil here.
All right. And so the thing I like about this is you can pop these open as a snack. You can take it on the road with you. They're packable, storable, and you don't smell or taste like fish afterwards, which is true of some brands. But I really like these Wild Planet ones.
Let's try them. Okay. Oh wow, look at these crackers. These look great.
Yeah, good crackers, eh?
Good crackers. Dang.
There you go. These are like some sturdy crackers.
They got some serious starch in those crackers. Yeah. They're not messing around.
So, it's kind of...
So you're doing the full thing?
Well, you know. I got a napkin here.
Oh, man. This is brave.
Okay.
Alright, here we go. Look, he's going for it.
Mm-hmm. Oh, great.
Yeah?
This is really good. I don't know.
I've
been scared of canned fish my whole life because I don't really like fish all that much, to be honest, other than salmon.
Yep.
But this is so nutritious and tasty that...
No problem.
Yeah, it's a great, like, small lunch. It's a great snack. It's 20 grams of protein in one can, which I easily polish off.
Amazing.
It's like, what, maybe 170 calories, and like a third of it's from fat. Like good fat, like your omega-3s. This
good on the go.
Essentially a protein shot and a fish oil tablet in natural food and all kinds of other good stuff for you. So, highly recommended. I'm gonna take
you can't beat that. There we go. Look at that. Delicious. All right, let me try. Can I try this little last bite? All right, I'm going to go for this little last one. This is like my first little intro baby bite.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So, a little smoky, but not fishy.
Yeah, that's the thing.
It doesn't have that, like, pungent fishiness to it.
If you buy the other brands, I swear I'm not going to be paying this, but if you buy the other brands, I cannot guarantee anything. I swear I had a bad example with the Royal Bristling or whatever it was. It was horrible. So, I do recommend the Wild Planet ones. There are other ones where they put, like, 20 fish in there instead of 3 or 4, and they're really small. I find those to be not as tasty.
That has the quality of more of like a regular fish. Yeah.
Really great.
Okay. That's good.
Not that different from having canned tuna, but really healthy, sustainable, awesome stuff. Cool.
Well, let's move on here. Let's go back to some different questions here. So we have Luca Segal, which says, which is the mileage limit you can make with a pair of running shoes? We kind of talked about this in the past. I think it's pretty variable.
Yeah, it depends on like how much cushion there is, what type of cushioning, like how much you weigh, for example, how hard you like. There's so many variables.
How
what
sensitive
terrain
you are.
You're on. So but people say the 300 to 400, 500.
Yeah.
I'm giving you like a large range.
I know.
This is what it is. I mean, it's definitely more than 200 miles, and it's probably less than 1,200 miles, but it's somewhere in there. And the way you can tell is that the shoe will start to feel flat. Like, the problem is that when you don't wear multiple pairs of shoes, you get used to it. That one of the other reasons why we like multiple pairs is because
you can rotate shoes.
You rotate shoes and you're like, oh, this shoe kind of feels weird now because you're in other pairs of shoes.
You've been in other pairs.
Yeah.
So that's a nice way to do it. And then that kind of extends the length of all your shoes if you do that. Let's see here. Double A Strength says, so I'm going on a camping trip soon. Hey, us too.
Yeah, we're going camping this weekend, actually.
What can I do to avoid injury on a running trail? Yeah.
Oh, okay.
So, if this is a technical question in terms of, like, I don't want to trip and fall on rocks and roots, you could try to find trails that are a little flatter to begin with and are a little bit more of a dirt road. You could go more towards the more technical stuff. And a lot of times you'll find with trail running, especially when it's steep, that it's totally legit to walk. Yep. If it turns into a power hike going up and going down, you'll be just fine. If you're just out there to have a good time, keep your eyes up, pay attention, and pick your feet up a little bit more than you think. Those are, some kind of easy tips to get started with. And if you feel a little nervous, like, slow down. Like, that's probably not unreasonable.
So the one thing I'll say is the type of shoe you wear. When I'm on a trail, I don't want a shoe that, I want a shoe where if my ankle rolls, I can survive it. Kirk has some exercises that our coach Kirk has put some exercises on our YouTube channel around lower leg strength. And one of the things he does is he walks on the outsides of his ankles and he walks on the inside, pigeon toe, duck feet, and strengthening that part of your leg is really important. You cannot guarantee that you're not going to have like a twist in the road. I can't tell you how many times I've twisted an ankle, but my ankles don't, save one time actually when I fell in a hole. Like they usually hold up pretty well because my ankles are strong and they've been strengthened over time. So really, really, ankle flexibility and health is one thing to look into, and then make sure you're not in like I wouldn't want to go on a trail with this shoe. It's not meant for a trail, right? It's not meant for a trail, and it's got a really high. I'm like on a platform.
Having the right equipment makes a huge difference there for sure. Yeah, those are good. I think those are really good. Let's see here. So Garland asks, hey, curious, you have the half marathon, full marathon program. He's referring to programs we have in our training club.
Yep.
Any plans on doing an ultra 50-mile marathon program? My goal is to try to do one in a couple of years when I turn 50. Garland, I tell you what, in a couple of years, if you sign up, we'll have an ultra program for you. No problem.
This is what I'll say, which is one of the things that we kind of reiterate about our programs. And if you guys are not, we usually talk about this a little bit, but if you're not familiar with our training club, let us know in the comments. Say, hey, I don't know what the training club is, and we'll get into it in a little bit more detail. But our training club has programs for beginners, intermediate, foundational running programs that are both 30 days, and then we have a half marathon program, a full marathon program, a strength program, nutritional challenges. There's a lot in there. And most of our programs are very similar in that they are strength, mobility that progresses over time. You go through phases with both those. They integrate them into the program. They're videos every day.
Yeah.
We have a mobile app. And the programs differ based on what their goal is. So if you're a beginner runner, you just need to get accustomed to what it takes to be in a running program, like what kind of strength and mobility and form work and exercise you need to partake in to be a runner. Now, for the half marathon and marathon programs, those are longer, the 2 months, 4 months, and what you go through is a lot of getting your body ready for the mileage. Because anybody can give you a spreadsheet, and you can get them for free online. Say, run this long, run the 3 miles, 7 miles, 4 miles, 15 miles. Like, anybody can do that, and you can get them for free online. The difference in our programs is that we talk about the strength and mobility, and if you're doing a 50-mile race, the strength and mobility is, more like we've gone pretty deep in our strength programs. If I was to tell you, if we were going to create and tell me if I'm wrong with this, but if we're going to create a 50-mile program, really what it would be is an extended version of our marathon program where you're just doing slightly different mileage setup. So, we could very easily take a 50-mile mileage chart and then insert our strength and mobility programs into it, and we'd have a 50-mile program. Whether we're going to go and shoot a completely separate program or not, or whether we'll come out with a spreadsheet that kind of allows you to modify our marathon program, it's probably more likely we do the second one. Just because our general philosophy on this is that you need to earn your miles, which means that your body needs to be strong enough, your form needs to be efficient enough, biomechanically correct enough, and you need to have the mobility and knowledge to kind of deal with problems as they come up. If you have those elements, anybody can tell you how far to run or how fast to do that interval. That's the easiest part. Our programs are not about that. I mean, we do tell you this is kind of the general distance you're going to be running today, and we give you that guidance. But the thing we always tell people who are in our programs is that if you want to change that, go ahead. If you want to run a little longer, or if you're feeling beaten up, you want to run a little shorter, and we give you guidance depending on whether you're an advanced marathoner or an intermediate marathoner. We give you guidance, but mileage is the first thing you should modify based on your feel, and it's the easiest thing to modify based on what your race goals are. What is not included in any other program and what is unique to us, and the reason that we are around in general, is this philosophy of strength, mobility, form to earn your miles. And that is not going to be that different for a 50-miler than it is for a marathon.
It won't be too much.
Some of the differences maybe it's probably going to be on trails. You're probably going to do more hills. That sort of thing,
we're excited to be releasing new programs. In fact, if you are already in the training club, get ready. There will be a special announcement coming soon. You are going to get a sneak peek to one of our brand new programs that we're just launching soon. It's going to be our running strength program. This is 8 weeks long. It's going to take place in a gym. It's with Coach Kirk and myself. We'll be breaking things down.
Guys, let's talk about, since we're talking about this, let's talk about the 5K coming up.
Yeah, and then we have another thing that's coming up, 5K.
I'm going to show this to you guys. Hold on.
So as Craig shows this to you and gets things set up, we're going to be exploring and checking out new programs, and if we see enough of you guys are excited about it, and we're also excited about it, it's party time. We'll go ahead and pull out the cameras and get to work and get you guys going.
Okay, so let me see if I got this over here. I feel like there must be a delay here. Okay, cool.
Yeah, there's a little bit.
7? Is that what the delay is?
What is that?
I'm gonna move that over. I'm guessing when that goes to 0, this is gonna switch over.
Let's see what happens.
There we go. Okay, cool. All right, guys. So this is not available quite yet.
It's not
although
ready.
Theoretically, I guess you could sign up right now, but we are just getting started here. So I'm very excited to announce this. This is actually an old page because let me see if I can refresh that. So the Run Experience Summer 5K it disappeared.
It's thinking.
Is a virtual race that we're going to be putting on, and we're super excited about this. We got these new medals that got designed. This is an old image of them, but these new medals that got designed is the beer opener at the bottom. It sticks as a magnet on your fridge. We're going to ship you a medal. We're going to ship you a race bib, a mini poster. We're going to donate to charity, and you get to earn miles towards the charity when you run the race. Plus, you get free access to our training club when you sign up. So it's not just the race, we're also going to help you train along the way. And it's going to be August 19th and 20th. You can race at any point on that weekend. and we're going to track your run. We're going to put up the results, and
Yeah.
we're all going to do this together. Nate and I are going to do it, and thousands of other runners around the world are going to do
We're all
this
going to run
virtual
together.
5K.
It's going to be pretty cool.
And the goal is, whether you're a marathoner, whether you're half marathon, whether you've never run a race before, the goal is we are going to train. And some people run this 5K as part of a half marathon. Some people run it like in another race. Some people run it just in their neighborhood. We want everybody to have the experience of not just running a 5K, but what it takes to train for that 5K, train properly, feel like you're on a healthy path in general through your athleticism. And we want to be along for the ride. And we have like a cool way of kind of commemorating it. You get this package in the mail, and we get to kind of participate in your achievement that way.
Yeah, and when you finish your race, you put your medal on, and you can open a beer to celebrate, because it's got a beer opener on there.
And on that weekend, we'll have a live show specifically after the race for us. We'll take a bunch of questions to you guys live and put some of you guys on. We'll be posting pictures and results, etc., etc. So we are super, super excited about this. It is still
50 days away.
Yeah, it's 50 days away.
But we'll be giving you more details and how to sign up in the next couple of weeks, or the next week or two.
Yeah,
right?
If you're on our email list, if you're not on our email list, you should be. Just go to our website, therunexperience.com, and then sign up in one of the email slots there, and you get on the email list, and then we will be sending this out likely on Monday to sign up. And we're super, super excited. We've been working on this for a while. We got these medals designed. We work with
these medals are sweet.
Yeah.
They are,
awesome.
they're cool. I like to say they're classy.
Yep, I like it. I'm super excited about it. And it's the first time that we've got able to help you guys with training and the goal of, where that race is. Because a lot of you guys are running your own races, and that's great. And you can continue to do that, but now we all get to do it together. So we're hoping that this becomes a regular thing. So we'll see if a lot of you guys like it. We did a virtual race just kind of off the cuff
for fun
in the spring, and so many people participated that we're like, man, let's get the medals designed, let's send people stuff, let's get a charity involved. And we're still figuring out the charity. We don't know which charity it is quite yet, but we've signed up with a company that is helping us do that, and it's going to be pretty great.
That is super cool.
Yeah.
Hey, do you want to show them, now we're showing them previews, a preview of the strength program?
Yeah. All right.
I think it's get.therunexperience.com running strength.
Okay.
Let's see if that shows up.
What are the odds that I can type this in?
Let's see.
Dash?
Running strength. Yeah, running dash program. Strength.
Okay.
Come on. Let's see what happens.
Nope, we got it.
Yeah.
Oh, nope.
No, we didn't get it. It might be running strength program. Just another dash. Running strength program. Yeah, so there's another little thing we're working on, guys. Let's see. Yeah! Hey, there we go.
Well, it's kind of up. Our internet connection is real slow because we're uploading to you guys.
Because we're showing on everything. Anyway, guys, this is our running strength program that we're going to be releasing soon. It's going to be an 8-week program. Kirk Warner created Mastermind. That video is probably going to autoplay, so we may want to turn that guy off. Oh, it doesn't. Perfect.
Yep, there you go.
And you get full body dynamic exercise, expert video coaching from us, 2 workouts per week. Super easy to replace and substitute the body weight workouts you see in any of our programs. So this is a perfect match. If you are a training club member and you're doing the 30-day challenge or the half marathon or full marathon program, you could do this in conjunction and just swap those workouts. Or if you wanted to, you could add a 3rd or 4th strength workout in there. And it's also great for a lot of you guys who are following your own independent programs. You love your relationship with your running coach. We respect that. We want you to feel successful. A lot of those running coaches want you doing strength, but they don't always have good resources to send you places, right? Other than just, go to Google, and hopefully you'll find people like us and you'll get connected. But this is that program that would just fit super well with whatever you're trying to do for your running. And that is going to be coming out soon. But if you are a training club member, you get special bonus access, and it's included with your membership.
Yeah, so if you wanted to get this, when are we releasing it? Like tomorrow?
We're doing a little rollout. All goes well.
Yeah.
Double cross, knock on wood. We're doing a little rollout tomorrow for our people.
Yeah, so if you're in the training club, you'll get access to this already. We will be talking more about it in the coming weeks, but if you are in the training club or if you want to join the training club, you can go to our website, therunexperience.com, go to the training plan page, you'll find training club on there, and we will have this live hopefully tomorrow. Yeah.
Hopefully tomorrow.
This is the first. We talked about this. This is the first time we're kind of showing you guys. We have put a lot into this program because as we move along, our programs we continue to update them.
Yeah.
And this has been something we've had in the works for a while. Kudos to you, Nate, and of course to Coach Warner, because it was your all's brainchild and executed on it, and we're really, really happy with how it came out. So.
Cliff asks, hey, and just around some of our questions, is the summer virtual 5K available in the UK, or are the packs not available over here?
Cliff, the summer virtual 5K is virtual, and it is available in the UK. We will definitely mail you a medal. The only caveat is I think there'll be a few dollars extra on the shipping, but obviously I think that that's just true of anything for shipping to the UK.
Global, but we are shipping
but we absolutely will ship it. And
virtual
I want to
5K
show you.
worldwide.
I want to show them what the mini posters look like. Can I do that?
Yeah, let's do that.
How do I do that? Hold on.
We're gonna show you one other thing. We've got these cool little mini posters to give you guys with it. That's gonna come with the 5K. We'll see if we can pull this up. And while we're doing that, we'll get a few more questions in there.
Let's see.
Let's see here. While you're looking that up, Nanette asks, is there a exercise to strengthen my knee joints? I'm having an issue with my left knee making popping sounds, at times popping out of joint if I sit a certain way, and feeling a tight band along the side of the left knee. It does not hurt when I run, only when standing or twisting or walking at times. I'm saying this, I realize I should see a doctor, but my insurance ran out. So, Nanette, some of the things that we can do for you without diagnosing things would be to say that if your knee is popping and acting that way, chances are a lot of the musculature around the knee is a lot tighter than you realize and is pulling on the knee joint, which creates some of that popping. And when you run, you get a lot more blood flow, and that muscle tends to lengthen and relax a little bit. So that's why you don't feel it as much. But when you've been sitting for a while and you stand up, things get stiff, and that's why you're getting that pull.
Okay, so guys, this is our. I don't know if I can.
Can you scroll up a little bit on the other page?
I don't know if I can scroll up. Hold on.
Yeah, look at that. So guys, you may not see it. Do you want to zoom in? Oh, why don't you zoom in right there on the Dropbox and see if that makes a difference?
There we go.
That's better. Then I have an idea. Why don't you zoom in on the Dropbox thing?
Can you zoom in here?
Yeah. Let's see how that works. I don't know if it's going to let you zoom in. It doesn't look like it's changing anything.
I don't know.
Anyway, guys, check this out. So we've made this. Actually, this is Craig's brainchild.
Yeah.
The pre- and post-run checklist.
So this is going to get printed on a race bib so you can put on your fridge. These are the things, literally I did this morning, these three, before I went running. These are things that we tell you our runners do all the time. And we have videos, of course, on our mobile app if you don't have that. We'll have a special post for that. This is the post-run checklist, couch stretch. And we're going to get these in a printable form. That's me, that's Nate, that's Holly. And we're super excited about this.
Cartoon Holly.
This will be included in your on the back of your race bib. I would probably do the pre-run checklist on the back of the race bib when you enter the summer 5K.
Yeah. So all these cool things that are happening, guys. We have a couple more minutes. What do you want to do? Do you want to do
a rapid fire round?
A little rapid fire round.
Let's do it.
Okay.
I'm happy with the way this is not switching over. I don't know why it's not switching over that quickly.
Let's see here. Nithya says, I'm following you guys for a 5K run. You guys are awesome. Thank you. I can see a lot of improvements. I'm low in weight. Do I need to take more proteins and calories to get little weight as well as to run better?
To get a little weight as well? Does she mean to gain weight? Or, oh, she's low in weight. She wants to gain weight. Okay, gotcha. Look, so unless you are really underweight as prescribed by your doctor, from our standpoint as running coaches, we wouldn't tell you, look, you should gain weight for something specifically. I would say, in our nutrition challenge, which is going on right now in our training club, is about healthy habits. If you feel like you're getting in enough calories, and you feel now, when I was in college, I was actually underweight for a while, and they actually had me eat more. But it wasn't an effort to like, oh, you need to gain weight. It's like, look, we're running 90 miles a week. You need to put in enough calories to make sure you can actually fuel yourself. So if you start running, you might find yourself getting hungry more often. Now, hunger, depending on where you are in terms of if you feel like you're overweight or if you're underweight, like hunger is not always the best signal in terms of when you should eat. But if you find yourself getting hungrier because you've been running a lot more or for the first time, it's probably something to listen to. Yeah,
if you want to go deeper, we have an entire nutrition playlist. If you want to go deeper, get some sardines. Yeah. But we have our resident nutritionist, Elizabeth Inpine, and she's pumping out different videos for us, and she gives you a lot of great guidance. So check out on her YouTube page, our nutrition playlist. She's got a bunch of videos that we're constantly adding. Yep. And then, of course, if you want, we actually do live nutrition coaching with Elizabeth through different nutrition challenges in conjunction with other programs. The current one that's about in week 2 right now is our Healthy Habits Challenge. We'll be doing 1 or 2 more this year, so there's always opportunities to get on there. Let's see here. Spirulina, does that help you run? No.
Look, there are a lot of things that are like this. If you go look up spirulina is one of these, it's a green, what do you call it? Not fungi. What is it?
Sugar?
It's one of those things that people drop into all kinds of like green juices, and it's usually added. It's not that it's bad. It's probably good. It's just that like supplement use in specific form like this, like take this thing, it'll help you become a better runner. Generally, we try to avoid that type of advice. Is it going to hurt you? I would say do some research online and check it out. It is in a lot of things that whenever you get like green juice or green powder, spirulina is always one of those ingredients that throw in there. It probably does have some health benefits. I'm not saying it doesn't. It's just like, again, when you think about your running, we think about the basics. We think about your form. We think about how you're doing training from a strength and mobility perspective. We think about things like hydration from a nutritional perspective. Are you getting enough macronutrients? Like, are you, fat, protein, carbs? Like, what does that look like for you? And if you focus on that stuff, I think you'll have enough to focus on that you won't really start looking at like specific supplements for that type of thing. So
totally, I think that's a good thing to do.
We have so much other stuff we could talk about here.
I'm sort of running out.
Yeah, running out of time.
Should we save UCAN for another day?
We can. I wanted to eat one of these.
Craig asks, and we'll finish up, guys, because we are wrapping up soon, and of course you'll be able to catch us in future weeks. Craig was following up with his earlier question about a microfracture. He says he had a medial tear on my medial meniscus, and they had removed the tear and are growing new cartilage by stem cell treatment by drilling holes in the bone. Okay, so microfracture is actually a way to bring blood flow in and to stimulate recovery and growth. So I would follow, any sort of progressions there that they recommend from an impact standpoint. I would ask about non-impact forms of exercise and movement. Water running is a great thing to do. We're going to be releasing some new water running videos.
This is a great example, Craig, of this is beyond the pay grade where we can do something for you over like a live chat video thing. At this point, like you've gone to see, you're doing everything you can, which I applaud you for. What I would say is we have a healthcare professional online who can help give you a running perspective in addition to what your doctors are telling you, because your doctors may not be familiar with running as much, and like kind of they may have different goals in terms of like getting you back on the road. A lot of times I got a doctor and they was just like, just stop running. So I would say sign up with Dr. Bowling. It's a fairly cheap, it's like $65. He'll give you half an hour's time, and you can go in detail about what your treatment has been so far in depth. Because at this point, I would say like it's hard for us to know, like with what you've written, it's really hard for us to know what the right treatment is. And if we give you options, I don't want you to go off in the wrong direction that could be damaging. So spend more time, spend a little bit of money to speak with Dr. Kyle, and I would say like also
And then
confer with your doctors that are actually in person with
and
you.
then what's nice is that we have the resources on the back end to support their decisions in terms of the movement, mobility, strength, run technique stuff that you can and are been given the green light for, and then to help be by your side to scale you back up. So I think we have a perfect last question to finish things off. Okay. This is from Michelle. She says, "Hey, just joined the 30-day challenge, but I'm leaving the country for 2 weeks towards its end and will have limited access to running. How can I not lose the new running mojo and stay strong while I'm gone?"
I like this. You want me to go for it? You want to go for it?
Let's go, Craig.
Okay, so traveling, being on the road is tough. I mean, it is difficult to... It's difficult to make all the decisions that you have to make when you're traveling, in addition to decisions about your training. So what I would say is, if you're about to go on the road, have contingency plans, right? Figure out what you're going to do during those 2 weeks before you leave your house. If you're going to be in a hotel, you're going to have access to a hotel gym. One of the nice things about the program is that you have this with you, most likely, and you can just access the program online, but be flexible in terms of what you do. So one, you can start swapping days around within the week. So if you don't have time or you don't have the place to go and go run, okay, no problem. Go to the hotel gym and do one of our strength workouts. If another day happens and you've already done strength and you don't have time to run there either, do a modified version of another week in that program. Do a week from a week before, or find another day that you can do strength. I would say just try, if you're exercising 5 to 6 times a week, try to get a little bit of something in every day, even if it means you're doing squats and mobility in your hotel room.
Yeah, I think that's a really nice way to do it. A little planning is helpful. I don't know what type of vacation this is for you. If you plan on touring cities, if you walk around 6 hours a day, or if you're flying and on trains a lot. But sometimes you can, sneak and pre-plan those little sessions in there, and that just helps set expectations with whoever you're traveling with, so then they know, hey, this is my private time. I'm either going to do this in the morning or the afternoon. And in all honesty, if you're just running once or twice a week, that'll be kind of enough to maintain. Do some of the strength and mobility. Will feel good after all those long flights, and then you could jump right back in as you go.
All right, Garland asked, are there giveaways today? Should we do... I kind of want to get this stuff out of my house, so we can...
He ordered the running dog leash from last week.
Did you realize I was literally...
Garland, I've been running with this thing. It is so rad. I've been running with it all last week.
Let's give
with
this away.
With Nora Dog. Okay, we're going to give away
we tried to give this away
leash.
last week, except for the person who won it didn't have a dog. So basically, if you have a dog, say, I want... Okay, wait. Okay. Hashtag should we go. Hashtag should we go. That's the name of the brand. Should we go dog leash, and you can find it on Amazon. It's like $20, $24, I think it is. And we're gonna give one away right now. Put it in the comments. Hashtag should we go, and then we know that you have a dog, and we will give it away to one lucky winner, and we will ship this to you. This is black one. I wish I had a dog to use this with, but we have one for Nora Dog, who's our mascot. Yeah. And what did you like about it, Nate?
I didn't realize that when I was running with one hand that I had one shoulder constantly stiff. And this is maybe a crazy example, but when I work with, especially newer moms in the gym, they have a default arm. They carry their little one around all the time, and this shoulder starts to stiffen up. Now, normally, I haven't related to that, don't have kids yet or anything else there, but just holding a leash on the one side makes it feel really funky, and just the ability to run, have her on leash, safe, unencumbered, and then me to be able to swing my arms, it's like night and day. And then the other thing, what I love about it, is that this leash, especially if your dog is hard charging, kind of pulls your hips forward. Get a little dog doping in there, too.
There you get pulled
up those
hills. Dog doping, I love that.
There we go. So we got a few. Clip says, I want should we go. I've got 2 dogs. Lance says, should we go. Michelle, should we go.
Lance says, 5 dogs?
5 dogs? Oh, my goodness.
Seriously? What kind of dogs are they, Lance? Okay. We have, and did you check Facebook? Because some people might have been on there, too. We're streaming on both.
So we got a few.
Okay, cool. All right. So, 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, how do we choose this?
Let's go. Let's do this.
Random. Here, I'll just do it on my phone. Oh, you found it?
Yep.
Okay, got it.
My dogs love running. Hendrix got in there too. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Okay, 5 people have dogs. Generate. Oh,
hey,
5th.
number 5. So that is 1, 2, 3, 4. That is Lance.
There we go, Lance. One of
Lance.
your dogs gets to be on a leash. The rest of them, I don't know what to do with.
Winner, chicken dinner. So, Lance, this is what I need you to do.
Yeah.
I need you to email me, nate@therunexperience.com. And
Probably you gonna put that in the comments.
I'm just going to say nate@therunexperience.com. And then just email me with the subject headline, should we go? And include your name and your shipping address where we need to send it, and we will get that sent out to you probably this afternoon.
Yep.
We'll get that thing rolling. Well, anyway, guys.
Congratulations.
Woo! So beautiful.
Lance, this will be in your hands. And next week, tune in because we're going to be giving away other things.
Yeah, we've got some great stuff from
We're going to be trying some
Generation
of this on
UCAN.
screen. UCAN
They got
has
some
given
great,
us so
great
much
stuff here.
Look,
Oh,
I got
yeah. Oh, jeez.
so much stuff.
It's rain and nutrition.
Yeah.
Anyway, guys, thanks again. We will make sure that the video and audio stuff is
Yeah,
on
we'll
point.
figure out the
We're
video
gonna
audio.
get on there.
Sorry if it's delayed. We will try to figure it out. And we will be back next week, same time, noon Thursday.
Let's do it.
Yeah,
All right.
guys.
Peace,
Thanks
guys.
a lot.
Boom.
All right, here's
Cheers.
time for the awkward moment.
The awkward moment where we find the time
not
to
quite
close.
stopped. All right, see ya.